Ever gone into Target or Walmart for just one thing, and somehow you're pushing a cart full of mom's survival items you never planned for? It's like your brain went on autopilot the moment you stepped inside. As moms, we're juggling PTA emails, endless laundry, and a house that somehow gets messy every 5 minutes. And in that swirl of chaos, shopping becomes the quickest escape that doesn't require an appointment or childcare. Most moms think they're just treating themselves or catching up on things the house needs. But honestly, stress is hijacking your brain, and you're buying to calm the chaos, not because you actually need these things. Stores, apps, and social media know exactly when you're tired, overwhelmed, and emotionally stretched. And that's when they hit you with busy mom must-haves. It's not that you're bad with money. You're being nudged when you're at your weakest. And the worst part is, you feel guilty afterward, but also too tired to change the habit. You're stuck between, I deserve this break and I'm spending too much, and it feels like no one else understands what's happening inside your head. Stress shopping becomes this emotional loop. More clutter, more guilt, and yep, even more stress. And if nothing changes, the money leaks become pressure, and your kids quietly absorb the stress you didn't mean to pass on. Hi Mom, I'm Betty, your budgeting bestie. Welcome to Budget Betty, where we keep money simple, supportive, and stress-free. This is the place for real tips, real moms, and real savings. Today, we're diving into a mind trick that has helped thousands of overwhelmed moms cut impulse spending without guilt. Before we start, a quick reminder, this video is for educational purposes only and not financial advice. And if you want your money to feel calmer, lighter, and more in your control, go ahead and hit subscribe. You deserve a space made for moms just like you. Today, I'll walk you through a powerful mind trick that rewires your spending habits, plus 7 practical steps any mom can start using right away. You'll also learn a new way to understand your emotional money patterns. Stay with me, take notes, and follow each step in order. This can truly change everything. Moms, today I'm sharing the simple mind trick that finally breaks stress shopping. If you've ever bought things just to feel a little calmer, this is for you. Let's take back control in the kindest, easiest way. First, your brain doesn't buy because you need something. It buys because you're uncomfortable. And when you're overwhelmed or drained, hitting add to cart feels like the quickest way to breathe again. But here's the trick. Pause for just 5 seconds and name what you're actually feeling. Say, I'm overwhelmed, not in need. That tiny pause interrupts the emotional autopilot and gives you back your power without the guilt hangover. Moms, here's something we don't talk about enough. Stress actually shows up in your body before it shows up in your bank account. Your shoulders tense, your breath gets tight, and suddenly clicking adds to cart feels like the quickest relief. Naming these signals gives you power before they push you into a purchase. Every mom has her own emotional trigger. Maybe it's exhaustion, maybe loneliness, maybe feeling completely overwhelmed from carrying everything alone. When you know exactly which moment pushes you toward comfort buying, you finally get ahead of it. You stop reacting, and you start choosing. Here's the truth moms rarely hear. Most emotional spending happens right after a spike in stress, nearly 80% of the time. But a mom who knows her triggers becomes someone who isn't controlled by them anymore. Awareness becomes your superpower, just like the quote says. Awareness is the greatest agent for change. Moms, listen, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not weak, you're not lazy, and you're definitely not bad with money. You're being targeted at the exact moments you're exhausted. Advertisers know exactly when your energy dips. They use words like busy moms, quick fix, and you deserve this because they know your brain is craving relief. And that's why it feels so easy to click buy when you're running on fumes. The truth is, the average mom in the US sees thousands of targeted ads every single week. So imagine who you become when you finally see the game they're playing. You shop with purpose instead of pressure. Because remember, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. Moms, here's the truth. You don't have to stop buying the things you love. What you really need is just a moment where your brain isn't running on stress and exhaustion. This tiny pause lets you make choices that feel calmer, clearer, and way more in control. The magic of the 48-hour rule is that it resets those emotional buying impulses. When you put something on your think about it list, your brain shifts from, I need this now, to, I'll decide when I'm calm. And honestly, most moms forget the item completely once the stress fades. Stress moments are when the buy now button feels the loudest. That's why waiting, even just 48 hours, gives you space to breathe before reacting. Remember, moms, all things truly do come to those who wait. Moms, before we talk about spending, we need to talk about guilt. Because guilt doesn't just whisper it. It pushes you to buy things just to feel better for a moment. And when guilt is driving, the cart fills up fast. But here's the truth most moms never hear. You don't need to deny yourself. You just need permission to choose with a calmer, clearer mind. Saying, I'm allowed to buy it. Just not right now gives you your power back. Because when guilt is high, moms spend 20 to 30% more without realizing it. But when you buy from clarity instead of impulse, you spend without shame or secrecy. Remember, you can have anything, but not everything. Your money should feel like you, not like stress. A lot of our emotional shopping comes from trying to fill gaps inside us, not gaps in our budget. When you understand that, spending starts to feel calmer instead of chaotic. A spending plan isn't about restriction, it's about giving you back control. When you give yourself a small amount of money each week, you take the pressure off your emotions. Even something as simple as $20 can stop impulse shopping before it starts. When your plan includes breathing room, spending becomes enjoyable again instead of panicked. Fun purchases feel fun, not like emotional emergencies. Because as John Maxwell says, a budget is telling your money where to go. How is our habits don't come from nowhere? Our environment quietly shapes every choice we make. And when life feels busy or overwhelming, even tiny cues can push us to shop without thinking. So if we change the cues around us, we change the habits that follow. One of the simplest shifts you can make is adding tiny bits of friction. Turn off one-click purchases, unfollow those tempting accounts, and tuck your cards somewhere less convenient. These little steps break the automatic loop that leads to impulse buying. When you remove those automatic triggers, everything starts to feel calmer. Your home feels lighter, your mind feels clearer, and shopping becomes something you choose, not something that controls you. Because willpower alone isn't enough, but the right environment makes the change feel effortless. Stress shopping isn't just about spending money, it's about emotional overload. Moms juggle so much, and sometimes shopping feels like the quickest escape. But now you've learned powerful tools. The interrupt trick, identifying emotional triggers, the 48-hour rule, the permission shift, and environment resets. When you understand your mom brain patterns, you stop blaming yourself and start taking confident control. If this video helped you feel calmer or seen, take a second to like, subscribe, and share this with another mom who needs a breather today. And tell me in the comments, which stress shopping trigger hits you the most? Your experience might help another mom feel less alone. This is Budget Betty, real tips, real moms, real savings. And remember, mama, you're doing better than you think. I'm proud of you.